Imagine an industry that can clean the ocean, capture carbon, feed cows, fuel cars, replace plastic, create jobs, and still make sushi taste amazing. No, it's not Elon Musk's next side hustle or a plotline from Shark Tank, it's seaweed farming. And it might just be the billion-dollar industry nobody's paying enough attention to. Welcome back to Money and Planet, the channel where we connect the dots between sustainable investing and your wallet. We talk about green finance, blue finance, and sometimes even why your avocado toast costs more than your rent. Today, we're diving deep, pun fully intended, into the slimy yet surprisingly glamorous world of seaweed farming. Why? Because this salty superstar could be your next big investment opportunity, and possibly the ocean's answer to Wall Street greed. First, let's talk scale. Seaweed already makes up nearly $30 billion of the global aquaculture industry, mostly in Asia. But Western investors, they're barely even dipping a toe in the water. Translation: the party is happening, but the West hasn't shown up yet. If this were high school, Asia is already dancing, and the West is still in the bathroom fixing its hair. Getting in early here could mean serious returns. Second, carbon capture. Everyone is racing to sell carbon credits. Trees are wonderful, but they take years to grow, and we keep chopping them down faster than we plant them. Seaweed, on the other hand, grows faster than a teenager on an energy drink diet. Some species can grow up to 2 feet per day. That's basically the Usain Bolt of biomass. Investors are watching closely because seaweed farms could become the blue carbon offsets of the future. Fast, scalable, and ocean-friendly. Third, the food market. Seaweed isn't just for sushi rolls anymore. It's sneaking into snacks, smoothies, protein powders, and even pasta. In fact, the plant-based food industry is expected to hit $160 billion by 2030. And guess what's quietly weaving itself into those numbers? Yup, kelp noodles. Imagine an industry where people happily pay extra for algae spaghetti. Only in 2025 can eating slimy green noodles be considered both trendy and sustainable. Fourth, animal feed. Cows burp methane. A lot. Like if cows were a country, they'd be the 3rd largest emitter in the world. But feed them a bit of seaweed, and their methane output drops by up to 90%. That's not just good for the planet, it's good for beef companies who want to look greener than a St. Patrick's Day parade. If the beef and dairy industry catches on, seaweed demand could skyrocket faster than Dogecoin after a Musk tweet. Fifth, biofuels. The world is desperate for renewable energy, but corn ethanol is so 2005. Seaweed doesn't compete with land or freshwater resources, and scientists are working on converting it into jet fuel and biodiesel. So yes, one day you might be flying to Bali on a kelp-powered plane. Imagine telling airport security your ticket was literally powered by sushi wrap. That's the definition of a green getaway. Sixth, packaging. Goodbye plastic, hello seaweed-based straws, cups, and wrappers. Startups are already making seaweed packaging that dissolves in water or can be eaten. Imagine biting into your water bottle when you're thirsty. Okay, maybe that's not quite ready for prime time, but this technology is real, and investors are circling like seagulls at a beach picnic. With plastic bans increasing worldwide, this is a growth area dripping with potential, literally. Seventh, ocean health. Seaweed farming actually improves ecosystems. It provides habitats for fish, so it's like building underwater Airbnbs. It absorbs excess nutrients that would otherwise cause dead zones, making oceans healthier and fisheries more productive. In other words, seaweed farming isn't just neutral, it's regenerative, which makes it very attractive for ESG investors who want impact along with their returns. For once, greenwashing could literally mean washing the ocean green. Eighth, job creation. You might not think of algae as a career path, but coastal communities do. Seaweed farming offers new livelihoods for fishermen who are seeing dwindling catches. Think of it as upgrading from fishing to ocean gardening. And with billions of dollars in blue economy funding flowing in, this is about to become a wave of green jobs. Picture a LinkedIn headline that reads, "Professional Seaweed Wrangler." Suddenly, your cousin Dave's crypto resume looks less impressive. Ninth, the tech angle. Yes, even Seaweed has gone high-tech. Drones, sensors, AI-powered yield optimization. It's like Silicon Valley decided to cosplay as SpongeBob. From supply chain tracking to blockchain Seaweed credits, the sector is primed for innovation. And you know what investors love more than actual profit? Buzzwords. Seaweed is now swimming in them. Blockchain, IoT, regenerative finance. It's basically the ultimate bingo card for sustainable investing. 10th, the overlooked factor, diversification. If you're looking for an investment that's not tied to oil, real estate, or Tesla tweets, Seaweed could be your uncorrelated asset. In a world of economic turbulence, having a slice of your portfolio in kelp might be the ultimate financial life jacket. It's liquid, renewable, and way less stressful than staring at Bitcoin charts at 2 a.m. And here's a bonus 11th point. The company's already doing this. Startups like Notpla in the UK are making seaweed-based packaging, Lolyware in the US is creating edible straws, and Cascadia Seaweed in Canada is scaling up kelp farms for food and feed. In Asia, giants like Qingdao Gather Great Ocean are massive producers. The catch? Most of these companies are still private, so if you want in, you're looking at venture capital, crowdfunding platforms, or waiting for IPOs. Translation: unless you're swimming with the sharks of early-stage investing, your easiest play might be ETFs or funds focused on the blue economy. It's not as simple as buying ticker kelp yet, but give it a few years and that might just happen. So here's my question for you. If you had to choose between investing in seaweed farming startups or waiting for the first big seaweed IPO, which strategy would you go for? And no, buying seaweed-themed NFTs still doesn't count. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't be shy. Extra points if your seaweed pun game is strong. Let's recap. Seaweed farming is not just sushi filler. It's carbon capture, food innovation, animal feed, renewable energy, plastic alternatives, ocean restoration, job creation, high-tech farming, and even government-backed growth, all rolled into one. Add to that a growing roster of startups making real products, from edible packaging to methane-busting feed, and you've got a sector that's slimy, shiny, and full of potential. This is one of those unicorn opportunities, except instead of a magical horse, it's a plant that looks like salad, smells like the beach, and might save the world. If you enjoyed this dive into the world of green and blue finance, don't just float away. Smash that like button, subscribe to Money and Planet, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next big wave in sustainable investing. And remember, whether your portfolio is landlocked or seabound, the future of money is green, and sometimes it's deliciously slimy.